Let's run child support guidelines. Today, we are going to be running child support guidelines for a divorcing couple out of Prince George's County, Maryland. We have George Yu, who is a hedge fund manager, and we have Aderonke Yu, who is a pediatrician. They are the proud parents of a set of twins, Kwame and Kosi, who are 7, and Abra, who is 2. Now, George earns approximately $30,000 per month, and Aderonke earns $10,000 per month. Their combined monthly income is $40,000, which means they are an above guideline case. What that means is their combined income is over $30,000, and because of that, the child support guidelines are no longer mandatory, but are now more so permissible, which means that the court can use it to guide its decision, could ignore it entirely, or could enforce whatever the guidelines actually say. It's going to ultimately depend on the expenses for the family and how the resources are paid, and how the resources are managed for this family. There are a few expenses that should be used on the guidelines, but again, keep in mind, these guidelines are permissive, not required. So for this family, we have George paying $1,200 per month for the health insurance costs for the children. We have both parents splitting the cost for childcare for Abra. The childcare costs are $3,000 a month, so that would mean they are paying $1,500 a month each. There are no private school expenses, there's no other support obligations, and there's no extraordinary expenses. According to this family's situation, they have come up with a parenting plan that is almost equal but not quite equal based on how their parenting plan was drafted. So we have George with 190 overnights, leaving Aderonke with approximately 175 overnights. Now, according to these guidelines, George owes Aderonke $2,672 per month in child support. That number could actually go up once a hearing is held by a judge. It could go down, or it could stay the same. Now, if the access schedule was actually equal, it probably wouldn't make that much of a difference. But let's see. George would owe $2,858 per month. And if Aderonke actually had sole custody of the kids, George would owe $5,293 a month. So it's important to run guidelines in general, but it's much more important to run guidelines and know your options when you have a combined income over $30,000 per month. Because what the court can decide to do is a lot less clear in that situation, and you need to make sure you're covering your bases so that you're not left surprised about the court's decision when it comes to child support.